Hey guys, Marty here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my bow build that I'm currently playing today. I've been having a lot of questions on my stream about what I'm playing and about why I like Tornado Shot or Lightning Arrow, why I use a spinefuse amulet, things like that. So I'm just going to try and summarize all those in this video, and I'll do a quick Burial Chambers run to show you guys kind of what it looks like playing this character. But basically what I'm playing is a Windripper, Magic Find, Deadeye, and this is not my original build or anything. This is a pretty standard build that tons of people have been playing for leagues and leagues now. I've got a little bit of twists I've taken on it, but nothing that is like super inventive or anything. People were doing all of these things before me. I don't want you guys to think that I'm claiming this is my build or something. But anyways, so right now I've switched to Tornado Shot. The reason being, I finally was able to get Devotos with a Tornado Shot helmet enchant. This specific Tornado Shot enchant is the best enchant. This specific Lightning Arrow enchant is the best Lightning Arrow enchant. The Lightning Arrow hits additional enemies, and the Tornado Shot fires additional projectiles. By far the best. I did not want to go Tornado Shot until I got this helmet because I think the movement speed on Devotos is the most valuable stat for magic finding that you can get in a helmet slot. This entire build is focused around movement speed and utilizing the Deadeye chain with Brigwald's Quill's Fork. I'm going to be volleying this quiver later to try and hit +1 arrow once I can afford to replace it and still get all the items I want to get. But I mean, the character is not too expensive to set up. Before I used a Windripper, I was using Tempest, the bow I used in my leveling video. I had Hiri's Demise Quiver, it's like 15C or something, and Astramentus, I think I paid 45C for mine. You could probably get away with like Ren Annual Amulet or even a Spinefuse. I was using double Ventors because I had them sitting around for my Wander. I used this like 5C Spinefuse amulet until I could get my current one, which is really bad too. But the reason I'm using a Spinefuse over biscos is just because of the attributes and the fire res. If I don't have res on my amulet, I'm not fire res cap. If I don't have attributes on my amulet, I don't have the int for lol 2020 faster casting or for 2020 curse on hit. It doesn't really matter, you don't need that amount to int, you could just de-level the gems, but that's just how I like to have it. It's just some weird OCD thing of mine or whatever. But the rest of the gear is really cheap. Devotos is, like 5C for an unenchanted one. You don't need an enchant to play this build. A 6-link Queen's going to run you quite a bit, but you can run on a 5-link while you're building up. Like I said, you can use a Tempest instead of Windripper. You can use Hiri's Demise instead of Rigwald's, and then Sadima's, Goldworms, Biscos. That stuff's like basically free. Before I had the Dying Sun, I just had a Stib Knight to help me get my evasion cap easier, but now, as you can see, my character is 49,000 evasion with just Tailwind and Flasks up, so I'm always at Queen of the Forest movement speed cap. And in Hideout, I have 239 movement speed, not counting Tailwind stacks, because Tailwind does not apply in your character panel thing. I use Vol Haste over Vol Grace on this character to get even more movement speed. Like I said, the entire focus of the character is movement speed. And it's the same reason why I'm using Bisco's Leash over Perandus Blazon. It does have 3% more quantity, but I value the movement speed and the damage you get out of Bisco's Leash Rampage way higher than I value a Perandus Blazon. There are a few more upgrades I'm looking to get, but some things that I've done. I got the White Socket Pariah, which is 15% quantity, which is insane. If you use 2 of these, it's 30% from your rings. So as you can see, my current quantity on this character is 75. This does not include the 15% from killing frozen enemies with Windripper. I'm going to include a path of building in the description if you want to look more in depth into my tree, or you can check my character profile, but that's the general gist of it. I've just picked up all the movement speed stuff. I very recently dropped Quick Step because I can now pick up another jewel slot here and put an Inspired Learning in. Prior to the Inspired Learning, I just had this jewel in this slot, and I had Quick Step. Once I get more levels, I'm just going to take Quick Step and the movement speed, attack speed node there. It's really basic build. I'm just going fast. That's the whole goal here. As you can see on the screen, I've got 4 out of 8 doctors so far. I'm trying to farm a set myself. It's just something to do while I wait for the flashback race, which news was actually posted about it today. I suggest you guys all go head to pathofexile.com and check out the news. I'm super excited. I think it will be very fun, and I hope you guys all enjoy it as well. But let me demonstrate a clear real quick. So this is with Tornado Shot. Like I said, or I didn't actually say, but I was using Lightning Arrow before Tornado Shot, and I felt like it was really good. It was pretty comparable. I don't feel like you need to be Tornado Shot, and I don't feel like you need the Tornado Shot enchant to play Tornado Shot, but I wanted the enchant just to make it that much better. So you can see we're kind of like clearing both sides very easily here. I know a lot of people like to say like, oh, you shouldn't loot in like a demonstration video, but I don't really feel that, because I think that it gives an inaccurate representation of a build if you don't play it the way you would normally play it. So this is exactly how I would normally clear these maps, and you'll see my life is like 3.6k. A lot of people commented that about my Wander build as well, the Wanderer map, but the thing is, like, when you're farming a tier 3 map really fast, you don't actually need you know, a ridiculously high life pool or anything to get a good, or to get a safe clear going. You can basically just rely on phase acro and your massive evasion to clear the map safely. So you can see, like, I get a lot of drops in this map. Like, this is maybe a little bit above average in terms of just pure chaos returns, but pretty much every map I'm getting a ton of stuff. So in this map I got a Scour, a Chisel, 2 Chaos, 2 Alks, a Regret, 2 6 sockets, so you know you vendor those for 14 Jewelers, and I got 4 Burial Chambers back. I've been told that Burial Chambers sell pretty quickly at 2 Burials to 1 Chaos on softcore. I don't really bother on hardcore, I just sell them 1 Alk each, and I only sell when people want a lot of them. But yeah, you can see we get a large amount of currency back. You can see I have an absurd amount of Burial Chambers. I also have this tab here. All of these Burial Chambers are self-found. Quantity does not affect the amount of Burial Chambers you get as drops, guys. That's a common question in my chat. To my knowledge, now maybe I'm wrong, but from everything I've seen, quantity has no effect on map returns. And that's been my experiences as well. When I was pushing 100 on my Wander, I had no quantity and I had no issues with map sustain. But yeah, so that's how the character plays. Prior to being able to afford this Tornado Shot helmet and you know, actually having one up for sale on hardcore, I was just using Lightning Arrow. It played pretty much the same, except with Lightning Arrow you have to aim a lot more, whereas with Tornado Shot I just shoot, and between the forks and the massive amount of arrows and the chains, the entire screen gets cleared with no issue. As far as Wander versus Tornado Shot, Windripper, I will say that I think now that Fork and Chain are on the Windripper, I think that, or Chain from the Deadeye that is, I think it is actually better than a Wander. If you have the Dying Sun and the Tornado Shot enchant and stuff, it's actually pretty crazy. This is probably the fastest burial clear. I have someone in my stream who likes to time my runs, so he's timed a few of my runs at sub 1 minute. You can check my stream VODs if you guys are interested. I recently got partnered. I'm super happy about that. I got some new emotes, and it would not have been possible without you guys over in YouTube and my stream viewers and everything. You know, you guys give me so much support, and I am eternally thankful for it. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the build. I know I didn't answer everything. I'm going to link the videos in the description of how to sustain Burial Chambers, how I leveled this character. You know, hopefully that helps out. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. Hopefully I didn't leave out too much. I'm sorry, I'm not a professional. I don't have a script. I just kind of am going with the flow. And yeah, thank you all, and have a great night.